Now that you have completed task C and developed your AI solutions report, let's move into task D, create and present a proposal. This is the final part of your assessment kit where you will prepare, present, refine, and gain approval for your AI-based proposal to improve customer service at your chosen organization. We'll be using Sato and Company from the case study for this walkthrough. Task D brings everything together. You will draft a professional AI proposal, present it to the stakeholder, and collect feedback, update it into a final version, and seek formal approval to implement it. Let's go through each question step by step. Question one, where you'll be drafting a proposal with at least 2 AI-based enhancements that could improve your chosen company's customer service. For each enhancement, you'll describe what it is, explain why it's useful, will estimate the costs, outline actions, and list time frames. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to choose at least 2, and for that information, they have given us a template, structured template. As you can see, I have actually created quick proposal for Sato and Company. You can put the date of your choice. Here, I haven't included the introduction. Please make sure you include the introduction, which briefly introduce your proposed enhancement. So when it comes down to introduction, a simple introduction that will include that purpose statement, right? That the proposal outlines the 2 AI-based enhancements designed to improve response, whatever the issues are of the company, based on Sato and Company's like response time, customer sentiment, and strengthen overall service quality, and so. So I'm just giving you a quick purpose statement in the introduction. Following that, a quick description of enhancement. So we're choosing at enhancement 1. So they've given 2 sections, all right? So section 2 is one of the enhancement where we need to describe the enhancement which you have chosen. So I'm actually talking about the chatbot. What is the rationale? Why are we choosing that? The cost, once again, whatever we are researching over here, I would like you to put a proper in-text referencing where you're collecting this information from, and then the action and time frame that you need to establish, maybe after talking to your after doing a research, or maybe talking to your supervisor or IT team. Similarly, in enhancement 2, we'll do the same. We'll do a quick, brief introduction of what is the purpose of this enhancement and what it aims to achieve, why are you choosing this one, what is the cost, and what are the action it involves in implementing. As I said, please make sure that you provide the proper in-text referencing when you're talking about the 2 tools. Once you have done, you are pretty much ready to present your draft proposal. So what you have created over here, it's the draft proposal. In question D2, you will present your draft proposal to a chosen stakeholder and seek their feedback. Now, in the case study, your stakeholder is Alexis Wong, the head of customer support. And so step by step, there are there are basically 4 steps. I have actually put it over here for you for easy understanding. So pretty much when you're doing a case study, it's a simulated meeting, right? So schedule a short meeting, present your 2 enhancements, clearly explaining benefits, cost, and time frame, ask for feedback about feasibility, practicality, or timing, and also record detailed meeting minutes showing what was discussed and the feedback received. Now, because we are unable to do the meeting with Alexis in reality, I would still suggest, have a quick meeting with maybe your colleague, maybe your supervisor, if possible, or maybe your friend or your partner, and show them this proposal if they have, give them a basic understanding. Or if it is your workplace, better to talk about with one of your teammates so that they have a better understanding. And just add some meeting notes over here. So the name of the person when you are choosing the case study is Alexis as a simulated person. And then you can do that. If you're doing the same for your um, what do you call that, workplace, of course, that will be in reality. Okay, the other way you can also finalize this is instead of meeting minutes, you can send them an email attaching this draft proposal and ask their feedback in writing. So if you're doing that, then you need to give me the screenshot of sent, the email that you have sent, and another screenshot of the feedback you have received via email. So that's another way of completing this particular task if you cannot do the meeting. Okay, so either meeting minutes or screenshots of the email that you have sent and you have received. That's important to be pasted over here. Following D2, where you are supposed to receive the feedback from your colleague or from your supervisor on your draft proposal, you are supposed to use that particular feedback and finalize your proposal. So what you're supposed to do over here is review all your stakeholders' feedback carefully. Based on their feedback, if you have any adjustments to make over here, or in the two based on the two adjustments, enhancements, if they are asking you to make certain adjustments in the action plan or the cost or the setup, anything that you have received anywhere, the feedback based on the you need to attach your final proposal in the same format as D1. So one of the best way is to do is you can actually copy this particular proposal. Just I'm actually doing it for you. So you can actually create the second version of this particular proposal and finalize it over here. Okay, so here uh, in the section over here, yeah, over here, you can see that they have actually given you only one box. Here, what you can do, you can simply write what was the feedback about. And here, what you can do, you can actually rename it as final proposal. And you can actually also name it as version 2. Okay. And probably if you want to, you can once again go back here and just a little bit, add a little bit of, draft proposal, and you can actually say version 1. Okay. So in that way, we can easily distinguish you between the, of course, we can still distinguish very clearly what we have done, but I'm just showing you how you can actually identify between the two proposals and you're still doing your job properly. Of course, the dates are going to be changed. And here, what you can do, you can simply change anything that's required in terms of the cost or the implementation or the budget. Okay, so it is as easy as you can see. Of course, if there is no specific change, then you still have to make sure that you say that the version 2 has version 1 was quite okay, only minor changes were required, but still you need to put the final version of this particular proposal over here. All right. There's another way of completing this task. If you are doing the proposal separately, not in this particular template, then you have to make it very clear as a note. So I'm going back here in D1. So in D1, of course, they have given you a template and you have another proposal template that you want to include. So you have to simply add a note over here that I am not using this particular template, and please find attached detailed proposal with the file name clearly mentioned. So then in that scenario, you are, instead of using this particular template, you're using your own document. And similarly, you will have to add two separate versions, draft proposal version and the final proposal version. Okay, so hopefully it's very, very clear. So in the D3, once again, you need to finalize your proposal, you add the final proposal and move on to D4. Now in D4, you are being asked to share your final proposal with at least one stakeholder and obtain written or verbal agreement to implement the enhancements. So what you'll be doing in 3 steps, easy steps, you will be sending your final proposal via email to meet with the stakeholder, request formal confirmation or signature approving the plan, and save your evidence. So it could be signed proposal or simple AI reply. Just for a demonstration, I have actually created one quick email because we are using the case study. So in the case study, we can simply draft an email where you are actually, telling your supervisor, or sorry, not your supervisor, basically your client, or in case you're using any simulated um, stakeholder as a colleague or supervisor or a friend, you are simply asking them to your feedback on the proposal, and because you have already updated the feedback, and if they agree on taking this particular proposal or implementing it. Similarly, if you're using the workplace, and you can send this email actually to the right stakeholder, screenshot of that email you have sent and the feedback that you have received in return. So both the things needs to go over here. Right, so you have, with this, you have completed all the tasks. We have actually gone through all the tasks in detail from task A to practical, from task A, where we have talked about the foundational knowledge, to task practical application in task B, C, and D. Um, and here's how your work connects, basically. If you will quickly have a look, and task A, you showed understanding of AI concepts. So I'm going to quickly take you to task A, where we have gone through all the questions and understanding of AI concepts and terminology. Uh, Further to that, in task B, we have reviewed Sato and companies, or in this walkthrough tutorial, or in case if you're going to use your company's experience, customer service operations, and identified gaps. Using that particular knowledge and the data that we have collected in task C, we have then explored and planned AI technologies for improvement, and out of which then in task D, we have created, presented, refined, and finalized a professional AI proposal, right? So before you actually submit your assessment, please make sure you review all your answers for clarity and original wording. Check that every task has referencing and evidence attached. Make sure you complete the cover sheet and check your file names. If you're adding more than your assessment kit should be named appropriately as per the naming convention in the progress checklist. And any additional document needs to be named properly with the task number and the name of the document. And make sure to have the proper referencing list for all the references that you have used throughout your assessment.